Okay, I was trying to ensure we are being recorded, so I just got the confirmation now. All right, I was saying earlier, congratulations to all our Christians, brothers and sisters that are members of the network, and indeed Christians, brothers and sisters all around the world for another Good Friday celebration. It's an important event in Christianity. All right, so we are here again today. This is our fourth training meeting, a training and refresher program, which is part of the three objectives of this network. For the sake of emphasis, I'd like to state the objective. Number one objective is one, we want to have a network of professionals where people are together in one umbrella, where several people with great talents are together in a network where we can intermingle, we can interact with one another, we can draw from one another, we can, beyond just gathering, we can exchange professional ideas, whether through the network or offline, off the network, because we are sociable people and there's no restriction. You can't say, okay, it's only through the network you can relate with one another. No, behind the scenes, you can also relate with one another, share professional knowledge and socialize professionally or otherwise. But our three objectives is just to bring the professionals together, which the WhatsApp group has helped us achieved. So we have achieved number one objective, and it's not just a one-off thing; it's something we build on. That's why on the group we see us constantly posting about our conduct, and I can commend everybody. We have been well conducted on the group. Everybody is compliant. We have had almost 100% compliant in the past few weeks, and it's been good. So the next objective is what we are doing now, and it's also not one-off. It's not one-off. It's something that we also started, and this is our fourth edition in a row, and we are not stopping anytime soon. So we will continue next week. In fact, next week is going to be even more impactful. We have not even started this session yet, but from what you're saying, you are in for a great time, a moment or period of resourcefulness, the period of upskill, enlightenment, and good impact. So just a quick announcement. Even though at the end of towards the end of the program, I'm still going to iterate this. Yes. The first thing is that we members are encouraged to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like the content. The last TRP we have, that's the training and refresher program we had, was posted there. And this one, at the end of it, we also posted there. Please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. In fact, when I checked the channel, the last time I checked, we were only 18 subscribers. And the viewership of the content is just less than 100. And we're almost 200. So we are not even half, not even half of us have participated. It's not so good enough. I know we're busy, but let's just try just to click the subscribe button. And the reason why we are emphasizing this is it's so important to our strategy. It's one of our strategies, like I posted on the group. It's one of our strategies to attracting big engagements. We're going to go on LinkedIn too before the end of next week. Those are one of those strategies too. There are other strategies we are putting together for big engagements. Of course, the small engagements are easy to come by, but the reason why we are really gathered here, the third objective, is to have the big engagement where we are able to interface with big organizations. And that's why some of you will notice that I've reached out to you on your DM asking for some information. We're always asking for information because, just like I said, we are a coordinated, organized, and well-structured network. So it's not just a gathering of people, and there are clear objectives, and we are very clear on what we are doing, and every action we take is informed by the objectives the 3 objectives we have set out. So in order to achieve our 3rd objective, which is the strategy, the big engagement, we have developed some strategies. We have some worked out. We have some we are still working on. And what you can do to help us be ready for the big engagement is to participate. When they are called for actions to be taken on the group, please go ahead and participate. When we come to your DM to ask for participation or information, please go ahead and participate, because it's the collective participation of members that will take us closer to big engagement. Some members just come to me and ask, when is the big engagement? I said, the big engagement is not a problem. In fact, no engagement is a problem, because engagements are everywhere. For instance, we have, I'm not sure I can ask, the last time I checked, some years ago, I can has well over 50,000 members, professional accountants in Nigeria. I can 50,000 members, and we have a population of 200 million in Nigeria, at least conservatively, and we have well over 15 million businesses, small businesses. Not the large ones. The large ones are few. I don't know the statistics now, but we have well over 15 million small businesses, and the large businesses are in hundreds of thousands. Yet we have how many accountants? Just how many qualified accountants? Just well over. Let me just give it to. Let me just put a number. Let's just say we have 200,000 accountants, which I know is way less than that. We have 200,000 qualified accountant, which I know I can register. I'm not sure we're even up to half of that. So can you see the need now? Over 10 million businesses, less than 200,000 accountants. You can see that the demand for professional accountants is way higher than the supply. Just by these statistics, you can go and do your statistics. Just go and verify these things I'm saying. You can know that the demand for professional accountants is so high. So getting engagement is not an issue. And our profession is such that we are not selling, we are not into commercial activities whereby we start advertising, and there are ways, we already did audit in our courses in our professional courses and in the university, polytechnics, and tertiary institutions. So you know that in accounting practice, you cannot just be advertising the way other businesses advertise. So these are ways by which we try to advertise ourselves. So that's why it's important for members to participate. Please participate. It's very important. Your participation will tell us how long it will take us to get to where we are going. Because if you don't get to where we are, if you don't have the structures on ground, when the big engagement comes, we will not have the time to build it. So the time to build the structure is when we have not invited them. But when we have the big, for instance, now Dangote is calling on professionals and we are not yet ready. You know what we do? If you have maybe Dangote call on us and we are not able to deliver, it may never come again, because the first impression already knocked us off. Even when we are ready, even when you are ready and you say you are ready, it will be difficult to now convince the client that you are ready, because the first time he came, the first impression you got that you are not ready. So you will think you are always not ready. So we don't want to be, we are professionals and some of us have this experience, we don't want to repeat it. So we have to be ready, and you have to double check your readiness. When we are set with all this our structure, we are still even going to test it with some smaller engagements before we now go for the big engagement, to be sure that when the engagements come, even though there are challenges, you cannot actually ascertain what you're going to face when you're into any endeavor, but you are prepared. You are prepared for some things you can even sit to analyze before you go into it. So that is very, very important. The next thing is, before we call on Mr. Olalekan, our resource person for today, we're also launching an e-library or library, as some people call it, whereby we have templates. We have templates, we have important publications, we have important notices, important laws such as the new tax laws, Excel templates, fixed asset register, cash flow statement, various templates. We are going to organize them according to categories: audit, tax, financial reporting, and like that. So we're going to create a Google Drive where members can go in there and access these resources. And we are going to be, we're going to constitute a team. We already started it, but we still need to get more people to join, where that will be researching and bringing on team for these resource materials, so that we can have a good compilation of add-on useful resources to members. So, and there are other things still coming up that you have good value for being a member of this platform, and is at no cost. The only cost is just be professional. That's the only cost of being on this platform. Just be professional. That's all. All right, so I think I've touched on everything I need to say. I have commended everybody's conduct. The conduct is excellent, and let's keep it up. So categorization is also going, but what is stopping the categorization is we have not gotten good responses from members. So the categories have been created, but we need responses so that everything can kick off. All these things are summed up in the structure. All these categories, audit category, tax, all those things is based on responses of members. So when members respond, we kick off the categories and we start the structures towards the big engagement, because we want to have an audit group category where all people who are very good at audit, they are in that category. And of course, the people that are also learning are also there, that will be also learning from them, so that we know that is running. So we can confidently say that, bring on any audit job, we have professionals that are here. By the way, yesterday, Madam Aderonke, our first, the first resource person, for Aderonke FCA, was the first resource person we brought in. She's an experienced accountant over the years, and she has her own business. She's doing 9 to 5, and she has her own business, professional practice business. She posted on the group yesterday that she needed an accountant, or a company needed an accountant in somewhere in Ogun State. And she said that you only want participants in this our network. She was so specific, and she emphasized it with boldness. She emboldened that statement. What that tells you is that she's been on this platform. She's one of those first people who believed in what we're doing, and she understands what we are doing. So she has had this assurance and confidence in the caliber of people in this network, compared to other groups of professionals where people are gathered and they are not coordinated and anything goes. So that's why she emphasized that I didn't know about it. I just saw it on the group, just like any other person will see it. So it tells you the caliber of people and the behavior of the group and the assurance we are getting. It's a sign that we are moving somewhere. She's not, like I said earlier, she's not a junior in this profession. She's well exposed and well versed. So if she can come to the group and said she only wants members of this group, not to be for the advert not to be posted outside this group, it means that she puts a lot of credibility in what we are doing. And that's a good boost and a testimony for us to know that we are heading in the right direction. So thank you so much for the good conduct. And I'm trying to see whether I'm missing anything out. So I think I have touched on everything I needed to. So the other information, I will disclose it before the end of the program. So Mr. Olalekan, please, you can take the floor.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Odeni. I really appreciate your courage and your inspiration, at least to ensure that we are all focused and also know what we are here for. At the same time, I say greeting to everybody, especially during this Easter period, both Muslim and Christian. We are all together, and I pray that our target here, God grace, we shall surpass it in the mighty name of Jesus. So today, we are talking about cost management in business organization and professional accounting practice. So the meaning, cost management is a strategic process that business organizations use to plan, track, and control expenses to maximize profitability and operational efficiency. In professional accounting practice, it is the specialized domain of cost and management accountants who act financial physician to diagnose and prescribe strategies for organizational health. Core component of cost management. One, cost accounting. Cost accounting focuses on the capturing total production costs by assessing input costs, material, labor, and fixed costs. Then management accounting, that one uses cost data for internal decision making, future planning, and performance evaluation. Then finally, the strategic cost management, which implements advanced methods like activity-based costing, ABC, and the target costing to gain competitive advantage. Key techniques in professional practice. Professional accountant utilizes several frameworks to manage organizational costs effectively. There are standard costing. One, set predetermined should be cost for products. Actual costs are compared against this to identify and correct inefficiency. Then two, activities-based costing. Allocate overhead costs based on the specific activities that drive them, providing a more accurate true cost per unit than traditional method. Then the budgeting costing, which establishes financial limit and track actual spending against approved plan to prevent overspending. Then life cycle costing, analyze the total cost of a product or project from inception through disposal, which is critical for long-term sustainability. Role of professionals, accountants. In professional practice, senior accountant hold the vice responsibility. Strategic advisors, they advise senior management on profitability, on profitable product mix, investment strategies, and risk mitigation. Then, compliance and audit. They manage regulatory compliance, including tax filing and mandatory cost audit required by government bodies. Then, performance measurement. They establish key performance indicator to monitor organization vital signs like liquidity and turnover. The technology integration. Modern practice involve leveraging AI, machine learning, and data visualization tools like Power BI to gain real-time spending insight. Strategic benefit for organization. 1, improve profitability, identifying high margin area and eliminating waste through cost behavior analysis. Then risk mitigation, proactively identify potential costs, overrun or budget deviation before they become crisis. There's sustainable growth, aligning operational costs with long-term financial goals and environmental sustainability. Manufacturing versus service organizations. Cost management techniques function differently in manufacturing versus service organization because of the fundamental nature of their output, tangibility and versus intangibility. While manufacturing focuses on the physical flow of materials, service organization focus on the flow of time and labor. Structural differences in cost driver. Primary input. Manufacturing, dominated by materials and capital. Large investments in facility and machinery are common. Then service, dominated by labor and time. The primary cost is the wages and the benefit of the employee delivering the service. Inventory management. Manufacturing, a critical cost control area, carrying costs for raw materials, work in progress, and finished goods must be managed. Then service, essentially zero inventory. Services are consumed as they are produced. Idle time is the equivalent of waste in manufacturing. The capacity planning. Manufacturing constraints are often physical, machine speed, floor space. The service constraints are human staff availability, adding capacity, usually require hiring and training, which is more flexible than buying new machine. In strategic implementation, in modern practice, service firms are increasingly adopting time-driving activity-based costing. This specifically addressing service interrogated by using time equation to account for the fact that one customer may require 10 minutes of consultant time, while another require 2 hours for the same time service. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. All right, thank you, Mr. Leko. Thank you, Mr. Leko, for your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, there's a question in the chat box from Mr. Toib.
Okay.
So please put it to the slideshow so that it can be in full screen mode. So I think we have difficulty seeing it fully. I think some of us have difficulty seeing it fully. So there's a way you can present it in a.
Is it like this?
Yeah, I think it's good. If
it's good like this,
I can thumb up from him. I can see thumb up from him. So I think he's good. Is
okay,
good.
Okay.
All right. So Mr. Lekon is quite brief. He didn't know that he thought we had a little time. So, but no problem. Please, if you have questions, to ask Mr. Lekon concerning cost. Is an expert with cost management. So if you have any question with respect to cost management in a professional accounting practice, cost management in organizational functions, and of course, about what he has presented, please go ahead, either put it in the chat box or raise up your hand to ask some questions. I have a question. Maybe while I ask my question, please, you can get your questions ready. Now, my question is this. Costing is a very wide subject in organizations.
Oh, yes.
And most of the time, especially managers that are maybe they are profit center manager or cost center managers, or I would have said revenue, because revenue center managers don't necessarily deal with cost. Only profit center managers and cost center managers, and especially profit center manager, because they deal with costs and they also deal with revenue. So now, because their responsibility is to deliver profits, so they are responsible for the costs, they are also responsible for revenue, and at the end of the day, they are also responsible for profits. And in order to earn commendations, approvals from top management, profit center managers will always try to play some to categorize costs. For instance, there are some costs, for instance, like depreciation of non-current assets. Some of them may play around. Instead of recognizing, the higher the costs, the lower the profits. If you have your monthly reports, monthly production report or monthly operation reports loaded with costs, it means that your profit will be small, and top management will assess you as a profit manager based on your profit, the profit you report. So how do organizations, how do managers balance effective reporting with cost management? Because if you are honest, if you incorporate absorb all the necessary costs into your reports, your profit may be affected, and at the same time, you don't also want to lose relevance, because the way we get relevance in organization is if you are bringing in money or you are reporting profits. So how do managers, especially profit center managers, combine these difficult decisions? That's my question. I'm sorry it's long, but that's the way I can put it.
Yes, thank you. You see, for the revenue manager to manage effectively the cost, he has to also, because it's a strategist, and in organization, they believe that there is more that they also need to deploy, so that cost. One thing about cost is that everyone has to be cost conscious, not only the revenue manager or the cost manager. It has to cost across the whole organization, admin, marketing, store, or whatever the department. So if from the beginning, everybody is conscious about the cost, so they will know that there's something that they have to do so that it doesn't reflect, or it doesn't boost the cost of the organization, which eventually it will affect the bottom line of the organization. So the best way is to also ensure that at every point in time, what everybody or anybody does, this consciousness of course is being executed. So in doing this, everything that is being carried out in the company has to be monitored properly. One, not only because you want to reduce costs and you are not even mindful about the quality, both quality and the cost aspect of the item has to be attended to, so that at the end of the day, the cost is being minimized and also the quality is being gotten, so that the bottom line of value proposition for the customer can be obtained.
Wow, thank you so much for that brilliant answer. Thank you so much, sir. He said something very, very, very striking. He said every person must be cost conscious ab initio, that is from the start. So it means that if you are a if you are a cost center manager, and if you are a profit center manager, which is even an area responsibility, a manager means, for instance, during my professional practice, I've been to organizations and things are messed up, and we ask the manager some questions. The manager will start pointing at fingers to the owner didn't do this, the owner didn't do that, they didn't provide this, they didn't do this. I will now ask, but you are the manager. Everything falls at your desk. And I said, why are you the manager? Because if I come to this organization, and the first thing I want to ask is, who is in charge? I won't say who is the owner. I won't ask for the owner, because I know owners are always investors. They hardly always involved in daily running of the enterprise. I will ask, who is in charge? Who is the manager? That's the first question. Then the next thing is, how do you run your organization? So for you now to say that it's because this and this didn't happen, that's why that means you are not in charge. So I can understand that some owners can usurp the activities or functions of managers, especially one-man businesses. But if you're in such organization and you are not able to do the right thing, what you can do is just to excuse yourself. Although it's not easy, but in a place where you are not given room to do what you need to do. So what if things go wrong, you also take responsibilities. So as you said, Mr. Lekan, as a manager, you have to be cost conscious ab initio. That means as a manager, you have to ensure that everybody is participating in cost management.
Yes.
Everybody is involved
Exactly.
in cost management. That is the function of the manager. So that it's not when things are complicated, that is when you now start doing, like I call it, firefighting approach. It has to be embedded or knocked into the operations of every activity of the business, so that it's not just compliance, it's a culture. And what is culture? Culture is the way of life. When you say something is your culture, that means you are inseparable from that thing. For instance, what is culture? Culture means the kind of food you eat, the kind of clothes you eat, the kind of clothes you wear, the kind of language you speak. Everything sum up to your culture. So, and culture is something you cannot remove from somebody. So when something becomes the culture of that person, he emits that thing almost effortlessly. It's not something he's struggling to
Just like
do.
habit has become.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why some people go to other countries, they find it difficult to eat burger. They still import. That's another business opportunity. Some people are in that industry where they send ogbono. they send Gary, they send ECAU, all those things to the UK, to the US, to Canada, because those people have jackpot. They are not able to eat, adapt to what they eat over there, because they have not been cultured that way. And even some of them have stayed 20 years, they've not been cultured that way. So in the same way, cost awareness or cost consciousness should be built into the culture of organization, so that you are not having to preach to everybody. It's in the standard of operations, and in the culture, is in the work culture of every organization. So thank you so much for that enlightenment. And he also said affecting both the bottom line. So if the costs are everybody is aware of the costs, and everybody is cost cultured, when there are issues along the way, there are reviews where budgets and estimates are taken against the actual results. If the results, the actuals are more than the plans, the estimate or the budget, of course, the managers will be commended. But if there are deficits, it will be reviewed, so that the problem or the issue will not be rolled over into the next cycle. And that's a problem of many in my cost of engagement with clients. What they do there is that some of them don't even have budgets. I believe some of us here who are into practice, you understand what I'm saying. They don't have budgets. What they do there is they just act, some of them, they just operate, just doing activity, whereby there's an issue this period, they don't solve it, they don't do review, they put that issue into the next cycle, then there's another problem in the next cycle, then it's rolled over in addition to the one previously, and the cycle until it becomes a big problem, and they are running after you, come and solve our problem. Of course, we'll make money. I have made
Yes.
money solving that kind of problem. And at the end of the day, they will still, if you do a proper recommendation and analysis, they will still not listen.
They will not listen,
And
exactly.
call you again, you bill them, they pay. And like, it got to a time, one client, I said, I'm tired of collecting money that you are not ready. It's not about money now. I'm tired. Because I charge you, you pay me, I do the job, you come again. As in, it's not about money. You have to do the right thing. And this right thing is that they don't have the culture. And many one-man businesses are like that.
And
And it's very easy.
Please, to cut it short, is it the problem majorly start from the management level? Because if there is going to be any effective change in an organization, it has to be from the top. If the top is not what's it called, effective, or is not ready to abide by it, it will also go down, and there will not be effective execution of such policy.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for answering the question. Then Mr. Abdul Ghani Utayi Olanrewaju, his hand is raised up. Please unmute your mic and go ahead and ask your question. Mr. Abdul Ghani, you have the floor. Is Mr. Abdul Ghani on the call? Oh, I think he's not. Okay. Oh, he lowered his hand. Okay. Any other question? If you have any other question, please go ahead and ask. Ask Mr. Lekon. Okay. Since there's no question, if you have any inputs or any comments you want to make, please go ahead, unmute and make it.
Sure.
So I can see Mr. Adeoye Shemilore, Madam Aisha Jayola, Madam Ade Ashojo Damilola. Please make your contribution, make your remarks. Okay, Mr. Toib is on our call. Mr. Toib. Mr. Toib is the team lead, our corporate affairs and legal team. He's on the call. Please, if you can hear me, kindly unmute and make a remark.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mr. Toib.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akile and Mr. Olalekan. You've done a wonderful presentation today. And Mr. Akile, thank you very, very much for the wonderful presentation. Yes, the remark of someone, one of the professional colleagues that was applauded is not far-fetched. It is it is expected, honestly speaking, it's expected. I sent someone to Mr. Killer today. The person, I don't know how he got our last week presentation. Honestly, if I should hear what I don't know if he's on call currently, but if he's there, he can testify to it. He came to my DM and said, oh, wow, I so much love you guys' coordination. And she's also a tax practitioner, and she's even a senior colleague of mine. So she made that remark with the same thing that Mr. Caleb has said, so, which shows which is an evidence to what we are building in this network. And we just encourage us to continue with this trajectory. And I believe with a little period, we are going to have a very big colloquium physically that's going to be more than this on our online. So thank you very much for your presentation and for coming. Thank you very much, Sakilo. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Toib, we appreciate your contributions, your remark, and we thank you for what you are doing behind the scenes. And I'd like to call anyone, just go ahead and ask your question, even if it is not related to cost management in business organization and professional accounting practice. If you have any question or remark to make, please go ahead within the next 2 minutes. Please go ahead. Okay, the time is ticking. Okay, so we move on to the next thing we have on our plate. Although I didn't know that Mr. Lekon's presentation is going to be this brief, but we have to move on to the next thing we need to do. The first thing there is, as accountants that we are and professionals, one of those things we must do to be different from other professionals, other professional accountants, and of course other professionals, is to be intentionally detailed. To be intentionally detailed. We have to be intentionally detailed in our day-to-day life. Like I just mentioned something earlier when I was reacting to the answer Mr. Lekon gave concerning costs management. I said culture is the way of life of human beings that they are not separated from, they are inseparable. People are inseparable from their culture. So, and to develop a culture is not hard. It's not hard. It's practice. Practice, consistent practice is the series of practice is what makes one an expert. Nobody was born expert. Everybody learned expertise. Of course, there are talents, there are giftings. Even gold, in its preciousness, it has to be refined. It has to go through some processes for people to see it and say, "Wow, this is beautiful." So the same way, being an expert, some people come to my DM like, how can I become an expert? How can I become a professional? I said, to become a professional, it's not like a tablet, a drug. You just go to the pharmaceutical shop, get some quantity and start taking. No, it has to be built over time. Let me give you an instance. I remember when I was as a young person, who was curious about life. I was in, they used to call it SS2, SS then. I don't know what they call it now because a lot of things have changed. You know what I used to do? I like, when I watch TV, I like the way the English is spoken on TV. You know what I will do? Anytime I'm going out, maybe I'm sent to go and get something or buy something, I will take a pen in my pocket and I will hold paper. I'll put it in my pocket. Unlike in Lagos, I grew up in Lagos. I was born and raised in Lagos. In fact, all my school, I went in Lagos, primary, secondary, university, Lagos. So, and Lagos at that time, we used to have posters. It was a mess. We have religious posters, we have product posters everywhere. Everywhere. It was, in fact, it took the intervention of the administration of Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola to really control that. And thank God it's now, although we still have it, but it has been well managed. But it was an advantage to me at that time because when I'm going on the street, I know in every place they always write it in English. So if I get to a poster or something, if I see a word that I have not seen before, I will pick out my pen that I already put in my pocket and the paper I already put in my pocket. I'll bring it, I will write it down. Then I bought one pocket dictionary for 100 naira at that time at Oshodi. I remember. I'll go back to when I get to my study, all those words I've written across the streets that I'm not familiar. The ones I know, I already have known those ones. The ones I've not known, I will write them down inside the paper I put in my pocket. And that is the way I started learning English, vocabulary. Because I like the way, when I watch TV, I like the way they speak English there. And I was fascinated. And I made it a habit. That's why even till today, there's no way I go to, I don't have my pen with me. There's no way I go to, I don't have my book with paper with me, notepad. Whether on phone or anywhere, I have something. So that same habit is still there till today. That's why I hardly miss some things. Some of us, we pray to God for inspiration. Some of us who believe in God, we pray for inspiration. And sometimes some of us who know what I'm talking about, God talks to us. And when God is talking to you, you have a memory that, God can be talking just like the way human being can talk to you, you can forget. God can also talk to you and you also forget. So when I'm praying and God is drawing my attention to something, I always have my pen too, to jot it down. That's why some of these initiatives we have, some of them, I get them through my quiet times. And I'm always, because I have that culture, I always write it down. Anytime I'm meditating or doing my quiet time, my pen and my paper always with me, because I don't want to miss even one word. I don't like, God doesn't like wastefulness. If he's giving you something, you don't waste it. If he tells you something, you're not picking it, the opportunity may not come again. So it's part of the culture I'm talking about. So as professional accountants, you have to be cultured as a person first. And that is just what you need. Because that cultured person will lead a cultured organization. And that cultured person will not employ the wrong staff. Even in practice, because you cannot do everything by yourself. You cannot. What you can do is to delegate responsibility. As things, except you don't want to do something big. Of course, there are people like that. They are the CEO, they are the receptionist, they are the, all the functions. They are the one running around it in their businesses. No problem with that. But if you want to do something big, you got to get people to work with you. And to get people to work with you, you have to delegate and supervise, because you are one person. You cannot be everywhere. It's not possible. So, and in order to get people that will work with you, it is your culture as a professional that you'll be able to screen the, okay, this person can work with me, this person cannot work with me. So when you are building your professional practice, it is that culture, because a goat cannot give birth to a cat. A cat only produces cats. Goat produces goat. So if you want good stuff, you have to be good yourself. There are no middle grounds about it. Although there are people are in different ways, but most of the time, you only attract the kind of people that you are. If you are a structured person, you attract structured people. If you are the other way, you attract people of the other way. So just as we have been preaching on this platform, is professional practice we have been preaching. And the reason we are preaching it is not difficult to understand, it's not far-fetched. These days, there are talents that are trapped in 9 to 5 in job functions that most of the time they are not things they want. Well, because of the meal ticket thing, we want to get meal ticket because survival first before any other thing. Because if there's no food on your table, you are not thinking about how to build your skills. You just want to be comfortable with the basics first, then before you go into other things. But beyond that, many people are trapped. Even some of the people who are doing what they study. For instance, some of us have been fortunate. We have people who studied accounting and they are bank tellers. Who studied accounting and they are, some of them are doing POS. I'm not talking down on the function, but some of people who do accounting, they are in several things. But some of us are fortunate that we studied accounting and we were employed as accountants. And it doesn't mean that you are made. You are made it. Even in organization, the way things are, politics. There's politics in organizations whereby people who are innovative, people who are enterprising, are frustrated. Whereby when they try to bring their own ideas to the table, they are discouraged due to politics. Their superior must say, if this person is always speaking at our board meetings or departmental meetings and is speaking brilliantly, one day they may promote him ahead of me. Then you start frustrating such a person. And being that you are trying to secure your job as a professional, what would you do? You would rather let me keep quiet so that they won't say I talk too much. You know what is happening? You are repetition is a lot of deep and lasting impression. By the time your inspiration is coming to you and is being suppressed, one day it will not come. It will just stop running. Because there has to be that flow. That's why we preach professional practice, so that when you have a business on your own, you can, while you are being restricted in where you are working, you have somewhere you are not restricted. You are doing things the flow of your potential is just growing, and the thing it's just like the stream. That that's why we call it call it stream, because there is one, there's water is springing and it's flowing, is giving away. Fresh one is coming, is giving away. Fresh one is coming. That flow, that living, is just living. But if you are having an idea, you are not executing it, you just be stuck. There will be that bulkiness. It's just like somebody who is eating and eating and eating and eating. He's just growing bigger and bigger. He's not exercising. He's just taking in. He's not giving out. One day, he just gone big and big for nothing. Because it has to be processed. You take, give. Take, give. As you take, that's why even the rich people, those who are very rich, they have so much money, so much so that they have to establish a foundation to be giving out the money again. Because that's the way life is. As you receive, you give. If you are receiving, you are not giving, you just become obese. And obesity is an health condition. So that's the way in life. So when you receive inspiration, you give it out, you practice it, then another one comes. Like that's the way of life that's the way to grow in life and in practice. So many professionals are confined in this track where they are afraid to innovate. That's why you see some people who have worked in the fast food, they are so frustrated there that they begin to those who are working in Mr. Biggs and all those fast food, they are frustrated there and they begin to set up their own small restaurant. The same quality, I have seen that in Lagos, the same quality you will have in Tantalizers, because some of them were the ones cooking the food behind the scenes. So they set up their own, and you got the same quality. And like, so why am I going to Tantalizer where I can just go there and buy a pack of food, and it's just even less than the price they sell in Tantalizers and the place and all those fast food in Lagos? Why do they leave? Because they were frustrated there, so they had to leave because their talents, their talents and wherewithal and expertise are being trapped. That's why what we are preaching in professional practice, whereby you can hold your job and still be practicing and unleashing your potentials. So please, as we go on, please go ahead and register a business name. If you don't know how to go about it, Mr. Toib here is on the call. He's a known person. He's a team lead of our corporate affairs and legal team. Please reach out to him. He will tell you what to do. Is either I will do it, guide you directly, or lead you to any member of the corporate affairs and legal team to register your business, and you can begin your practice that way. And by interacting with what we do with other members of the network, because by next week now, by Friday next week, everybody should be in a group. Audit, tax, financial reporting, account payable, account receivable, AI, forensics, reconciliation, all those groups, everybody will be grouped there where you can interact with one another. And of course, we have the general group too, where we can interact. So by that, you are able to start getting all these professional behaviors, professional consciousness. In fact, this training we are doing is not, you cannot learn everything on this call. The only thing, the important thing is you are having a consciousness, a learning. What we are trying to build or to instill in us is to have a training or upskill habit or attitude, so that you know that there will be a time you should be able to upskill. That beyond this, for instance, Mr. Lekon's presentation was very brief. Even if it goes like 3 hours, you still need to go on your own and try to know about it. Because let me give you a little experience I had one time. I can recognize Madam Aisha Jayola's hand is raised up. Just briefly, I will call you to speak. As I was doing a report, he called me for investigation, financial investigation. I was done with the investigation, and there were issues that borders on costing and management accounting, which is not really my. I had to go and study. I had to go. I already known it, but I had to delve deeper and came out with a solution. Because when I'm dealing with my clients, what is always on my head is this man has a problem. He wants a solution. So whatever I'm doing, I should be able to give him a solution. That's the way I deal with my clients. Because you can't come to me. When you come to me, it's solution I want to offer you. So if I'm not able to offer you the solution, I tell you I cannot do this thing, go. And I don't do half job. Whereby, okay, the client will now say, okay, I invited you to come and do something. What you did, we can't even see. No. It's solution I want to provide. So if my job has to cost with cost accounting, if I can't do it alone, I will invite a quality professional. That's why we have a network like this. I can call somebody in my audit in a cost accounting management accounting group. Like, please, I have a client. Please, can you join me? Let us, collaborate, and let's talk. Let's work together so that I can solve this man's problem. That's why we have a network like this. So I was able to delve, and I offered him a solution, and he was happy. He was even offering me other functions that we're still even discussing now. And this man is somewhere, he's not even in Nigeria. He has a business in Nigeria. He's in the UK. Of course, with technology, we can speak on WhatsApp. So after solving his problem, the management, it was financial investigation he called me for. I discovered there was problem with costing and management accounting and all of that reporting. I was able to solve it. Then he's calling me to other functions because of the mentality of, see, I want to solve his problem. So that's the attitude we must have as professionals. So Madam Aisha Jayola, please, you have the floor.
Yeah, hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear.
Hello.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
We can hear you.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, yes. So my question is that is it allowed for one person to join all the groups, try your hands on everything, so you can know which fields that you are most comfortable with? I hope you understand my question.
Yeah, I get your question. I get your question. Yes, yeah, because you're just joining. I suppose you're just joining the network. So earlier this week, we addressed that issue on the network. We said that in the first instance, each member has a right to belong to two categories for now. Number one category is the category of best fits, whereby you, as a professional, that is what you can do anytime without stress. You call you, okay, come and talk about financial reporting. You don't need to consult any book. You can give us something excellent within 5 minutes of putting you on the spot. That is best fit. Some people, it is audit. They can do audit. They can tell you about audit in 5 minutes, not without you giving them prior notice. That is the category of best fit. So we also acknowledge that some of us also want to be good in other areas. That's why we put another category as knowledge group or knowledge status. It's not another category, only that you can only be in a category as either as an expert or as somebody seeking knowledge. And you cannot be in more than two categories. So for instance, a person can be in audit as an expert and be in forensics as a person seeking knowledge. A person can be in financial reporting as an expert and be in account payable and account receivable group or category as person seeking knowledge. So that is what we have for now. And that is what we're going to effect by the end of next week. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, I think I understand you. I just feel
Please go ahead. We can hear you.
I think we should be giving the opportunity to
No
get
problem.
together. I can hear
Yes, you can hear you. Please go ahead. You can hear you. Go ahead.
this network is bad. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
So I was saying that I was expecting that you'll be given the opportunity to join several groups. That's what I would like to do. Join several groups so that because if I'm limited to two, then it means that I won't really have experience with other categories. That's my concern.
Yes, I can understand. I can understand. Of course, I know it's the yearning of many on this call. Everybody wants to join all the groups so that I can, start from it. Like I said, this is just in the first instance. It's in the first instance. It doesn't mean it will always remain like this. We are just starting up and building the structure. We just want to hit the ground running solidly first before we now open doors for all these variations whereby okay, you can join 4, can join 5, can join 6. But for now, just at the first instance, at the beginning, just 2 categories, just for the purpose of coordination and building structure. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean there's a permanent seal on that. It's subject to change. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, I understand you now. That's good.
Oh, good.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, great, great. It's good you are clear on that. Is there any other person who would like to ask general question on any subject or anything that you like to ask?
Well done, Mr. Odeni.
All right,
Uh,
thank you, Mr. Lekon.
yes, I really appreciate your discussion. You're trying, and that's good. It's a plus for you. What I just want to say is that, just like the way you mentioned the professional practice, there are some accountants that I wouldn't know how to even describe them, but what I can just say about them is that it's not that they don't want to move, but maybe the situation surrounding them, just like the way you mentioned that maybe you are in an organization and your boss or somebody superior, your superior, when you have a what's it called idea or innovation, that someone is there to suppress you, is very common. But it's only the boldness or likely strategist accountant that can move and no matter what, and they are just few. There are few accountants that can do that, that they are ready to go ahead, they are bold to move. So, but what I would just say on this platform, so that like those people that they don't have that courage or boldness to do or go extra mile, just try to encourage them and give them inspiration word that can also move them or challenge them, so that they can know that you can imagine somebody maybe staying in a company for maybe 10 or 15 years of a low pay. At the same time, it's not ready. Just be afraid that if I leave this company, will I get pay like this? But just like me, I work in several industry sectors. I work in manufacturing. I work in insurance company. I also work in consulting. I work in engineering company. So I move like that. I don't wait. If I discover that this place is not favorable, I like to or change environment. You quickly do that. But what I would just say on this platform, just like the way the last Aisha mentioned now, let's just try to encourage so that everybody can go, because apart from what's it called, getting potential, we still also have to develop ourselves so that we can meet that goal and be ready for the giant stripe. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Leko, for that brilliant remark. Very brilliant. Thank you. Yes, on concerning that, that's why I said something earlier that repetition is the law of deep and lasting impression. Once you are among people and you are hearing one thing severally, you hear it today, you hear it tomorrow, you hear it next tomorrow, you hear it every week. One day you will become that thing. It's just a matter of time. That's why I said being on this network and participating in what we are doing, it may just be what you need to have that, that boldness, like you said, it's not something easy. It's not something easy. And it's like, leaving something known for something unknown. It's not everybody that has that courage because of many concerns,
It's
which I
true.
understand.
Yeah.
That's why I said that, that's why I said you have to, the first thing that is to register a business. And we have said that, okay, register with the CAC as rendering administrative service. Because you don't have a practice license yet, you can't register as professional accountant with ICANN license. Because if you say you are practicing professional accounting, that means you have ICANN license. You don't have the license. You can register as being rendering administrative support. That's why I said if you have any issue regarding to register, that's why we have the corporate affairs and legal. They will put you through everything. Just go to them. They will put you through everything. Because when you register your business, and you are also doing your 9 to 5, you already stamp. You may just be like you are just putting money, wasting money. You may think, why am I going to spend money to register business? Do I have anything? No, that's the first step. That's the first bold step you will take. Just register it and keep it there and be a part of this platform. That's all you need. Before long, I can guarantee you, before the end of the year, ideas will come to you on what to do, and you'll be doing your 9 to 5 and be, having this professional entrepreneurship mindset. Before you know it, you have one client, you have two, you have three, then you start recording turnover in the millions. It's not something that is not how do I put it? It's not one-off. It's not something that comes. It's not a quick thing. It's something over time. You have to do this over time. And of course, some of us have been bold over the years that, it's just like, see, we all have different doggedness and different fighting spirit. That's why we have a network like this. Those of us who have fighting spirit, we can take along those who are, who don't have it. And at the end of the day, you might even find that, see, you are even more, you even do well than some of us. It's just that initial step may just be difficult. That's why I say the first thing first, register a business. Go to the corporate affairs team through Mr. Toib, they will guide you. That's the first step. That's what we are preaching. The other things, don't figure it out. Just be participating. That's why we have this network. We already stock everything. We understand the need. Register your business, participate, and that's all. All right, Ikechi Chika Precious, your hand is up. Please go ahead and unmute and talk. Please, Ikechi, if you are still on this call, please, you can take the floor.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Leko, for even though I joined very late, so I'll just have to go back and watch the recording. So my question, first of all, the first question I wanted to ask, I think you have already done justice to it, is borders on this registering your business and how to start actually. I think you have actually made it clear for me. But the next question I have is I want to know, how do one manage? Sometimes you can be overwhelmed by your job, your role at work, that you find it very difficult to probably try to upskill. I have some courses that I've bought for now, but finding time to actually learn them or try to watch the videos and everything is very difficult, and the schedule is so tight. So I don't know if there's any advice you can give on that, how someone can be able to manage their time so that you can actually be able to level up and then move from where you are to a better place by trying to learn and upskill yourself in various areas. So that's just my question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ikechi Chika, for the question. Well, it's a difficult question, but with an easy solution. I understand that, most 9 to 5, I used to tell somebody that the way Nigerian work is, if they pay you 250,000 naira as an accountant, most company, you will work that money, you will work it. I know some of you will be laughing. Yeah. You work that money because they feel that, for you to just, you can't just be collecting money, money, and you just do something, just sign some report, and they will be, some of them will asking you, what have you done today? They can be so micromanaging, and they don't even want to give you room. They believe that that money is a lot, whereby some of them, we know what they spend on their children, on their children, what they even spend in a day when they go out for their socials. But just to give you allowance to do some things, even write ICANN exam. I know some of us will write our exams. When you write for permission, they start. It look like you want to collect free salary around the. That you don't want to work at all and you want to collect salary. That's the way they feel, and it's bad. It's terrible. So not all organizations, but most one-man businesses are like that. And if you're in such an organization, the ball is in your court. What I can advise is this: you have an exit plan. You have to make a sacrifice. If you are the type that carry a lot of responsibilities at home, maybe you are the first child, you are the breadwinner, you have to look for a way to shed some of those responsibilities, and for some time be selfish. Get money and take a bold step. Take a bold step. How do you take a bold step? You can say, okay, this place, what I want to do, because there's no future here. If I continue here, you can be here 10 years, nothing. It's just the same position, same process. No promotion, nothing. No opportunity to upskill, no opportunity for bigger platform. What you can just do there, okay, let me go for the money. Within 6 months, let me gather how much are they paying me, 90,000 naira. Let me cut down my cost. Let me be able to let me do like 40,000 naira a month. So by the end of by 6 months or 9 months, you're able to gather some sum. Exit that job, take that bold step, exit the job, upgrade yourself within a month. Just plan your time, upgrade yourself within some few months. Nobody can tell you, you know yourself. Upgrade yourself, get visible to a better structured company. While you are doing that, you can also, you are in this network, you're already doing professional practice and networking with other professionals. You can network with other professionals. Like, see, if you have this engagement, please give it to me. While you are also trying to get a better job. All right. So even getting a better job, like I said, is not the end. You can get to a place and you are frustrated because of their own objective, because the business is not established for you as a staff. That's the truth. It is the owner of the business who has drawn up some objective for himself and he wants to achieve. So we are just coming along to help him fulfill that objective for pay at the end of the month. That is the truth. So being a well-paying organization is not the end. There'll be a time even you can be earning 2 million naira and you are not satisfied because you have so collected the money and you're like, see, what next? So what you can do there is, like, I can give you an instance. Like 2 weeks ago, I said this, or 3 weeks, I can't remember, on this platform. I said, there's one TV host I know, Morayo Afolabi Brown. It used to be Your View anchor on TVC. And of course, he rose to the rank of the managing director of one of their segments. Of course, as a managing director, it's not 1 million they will pay you now. They pay you big sum, and with pension and all those perks of office. He still resigned to go and do her own thing. Meaning that it's not about the money. It's not about the recognition. She was tired of all those things. She just wants to express herself beyond the rules and regulations of those who set up TVC. Nobody told her what to do. She assessed herself and said, see, I've gotten the money enough. I've gotten the recognition. I want to live my own life. So you have to fight for yourself. You have to now do a reevaluation of yourself. You will take decisions. You take bold decisions. You have to leave sometimes you have to leave some friends. You have to leave some organization. Sometimes you have to leave a church. You have to leave a church. For instance, if you are attending a church, the only thing there is, I recognize it, there are devils. There are people disturbing people. There are people, devils, causing problems here and there. But see, you cannot always be fighting devil. If you keep on fighting devil every day, when will you have time to make money? So I know that if you have devils to fight, you can go to those churches, fight the devil. When you are done, leave the church, go to somewhere they preach, interpret, teach you how to be a better person in your career. There are churches like that. You don't have to even you can combine the two. Okay, if you have problem, you spiritual problem, you can go there and participate. When you are done, you know that is for there. Then you can go somewhere else. I'm not saying you should be running from one place to another, just to organize your life. You know what you want for your life. Then just go and do what you want. Nobody can tell you that. It is you that will sit down and assess it based on your own personality, and you know what to do. And with platform like Person, we are here to help you navigate this journey of professionalism. All right. We have gone past our time. This is 4 minutes past. No, 6:34. Okay, if anybody still has a question, I think I can see. Okay, no question. Please, if you have a question or you have something to say, please go ahead, put up your hand. Within a few minutes, you can do justice to it before we call it a day. All right, within a few seconds. Nobody, okay. So I assume everybody is clear. All questions are answered. So for the purpose of emphasis, please, when you are done in this call, please go ahead and visit our YouTube channel. Please like the content and subscribe to the channel, because it's part of our strategy for big engagement. And it's a collective thing. It's not something one person can do. Please go ahead and subscribe and like the content. And of course, when the video drops, which before tomorrow morning, you should be on YouTube, so you can rewatch. And as you rewatch, just also like and make a comment in the comment section of the platform. Please, and also with the CAC registration, is very important. We are not saying this for any other reason. We just want you to be out of this professional confinement to professional entrepreneurship. If you already have a business, you don't need to register another one. If you don't have, please reach out to Mr. Toib. He will tell you what to do. He knows what to do. He's an astute, he's a consummate professional. He's very good at what he does. So he will guide you through as a person, and Sometimes he can direct you to another member who are there. Every member of the corporate affairs and legal team are experts in their right. I can give you that assurance. They will guide you on what to do so that you know that you already have that consciousness. You have taken the first step towards entrepreneurship. And I can guarantee you, you will have value for all these steps you are taking. All right, my name is Caleb Odeni. I'm the convener and co-coordinator of the ProSyn network. ProSyn is Professional Synergy Network. It's a network of professional accountants who are doing 9 to 5 and are driving towards entrepreneurship in professional accounting. So that is what we are here for. And I want to take use the opportunity to thank all members for their support so far, and especially those of us who are working behind the scenes. A lot of work are going on behind the scenes every day. All these things have lined up that we are doing. There's a lot of work going on. People were working like we are paid, even though we are volunteers. We're working like we are paid. And I want to thank the L members first, those who are coming with suggestions. The elders amongst us are always reaching out to us, telling us, guiding us on what to do. Then the members of the corporate affairs and legal team, led by Mr. Toyibi Kwade. Then the members of the central coordinating team. We have Susan, Fajimi, Olabisi, and we have Nelson Jane and myself in that team. We are always working day and night. Sometimes we hold meetings into the night, discussing strategies and how to build these structures. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for responses and suggestions we get and for participating in all we do. I say happy Good Friday to all Christians again, and happy Easter Sunday and Monday in advance. Thank you so much all for joining this call. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.